When the world first discovered the fasting app, nobody expected it to become more than just another wellness tool. What began as a simple way to track hours without food became, in a matter of months, one of the most intensely followed online communities in existence. Millions of people around the globe downloaded the app, logged their fasting hours daily, and watched their own progress climb the digital leaderboard. At first, it was just about health, but then it became about status, and before long the numbers weren't just numbers anymore, they became reputation, identity, even fame. And at the very top of that global leaderboard, two names stood above all others: Phoenix Faster and Silent Metabolism. These two users dominated the rankings so completely that they didn't just lead the board, they redefined it. Their progress, their streaks, their numbers, they were legendary. And because the app encouraged live streaming, user interactions, and community engagement, both Phoenix Faster and Silent Metabolism became more than profiles. They became influencers, icons, role models to millions. Phoenix Faster was charismatic and magnetic. Every message, every live stream, every motivational post carried with it a raw energy that drew people in. Listeners described him as inspiring, relatable, someone whose words could make even the hardest fast feel possible. His community spoke of mental strength, discipline, and purpose. Silent Metabolism, by contrast, was enigmatic. Quiet, precise, almost methodical in every public interaction, rarely offering commentary, rarely revealing personal life details, yet unmatched in fasting accomplishments, hours stacked upon hours, days without eating recorded without interruption. Silent Metabolism became the ideal of discipline, to some ascetic, to others unattainable. And then something changed. What started as mutual respect, occasional comments, and shared digital encouragement became something more personal. At first, it was subtle. A comment here, a supportive message there, but the online community began to notice a shift. Support turned into collaboration. Collaboration turned into shared live streams. And then, in a moment that sent shockwaves through forums, communities, and fan pages worldwide, Phoenix Faster and Silent Metabolism announced they were in love. The announcement wasn't timid, it was not whispered, it was not shy. It was a bold declaration, broadcasted across platforms and shared by millions. Followers celebrated. Heated discussions erupted. Pride and disbelief stood side by side. But one thing was universal: the relationship was real, and it was public. For months, the two interacted with their audience as a couple, talking about shared aspirations, future plans, moments of support during long fasts, and the emotional connection that drove them. They were, for all intents and purposes, the perfect digital couple in the world of quantified health metrics. Then, one night, everything changed. During a live stream that began like any other, Phoenix Faster's tone shifted. It was subtle at first, an unusual seriousness, but within moments he made an accusation that would fracture their community. He claimed that Silent Metabolism had not been honest about their fasting hours. He spoke of medical hacks capable of artificially inflating fasting time, of methods to manipulate device inputs, of how data could be falsified. Not vaguely, not hypothetically. He spoke with specific detail, as though he had uncovered something hidden and deeply buried. The chat exploded in real time. Comments poured in by the thousands. Some supported Phoenix Faster, lauding his bravery to call out deception. Others defended Silent Metabolism, insisting that the accomplishments were genuine and that Phoenix was confused, hurt, or worse, jealous. The internet chose sides, rapidly, aggressively, but the turmoil was only the beginning, because just hours after that explosive livestream ended, Phoenix Faster was found dead in a hotel room far from home. Police responded to an emergency call at the hotel. When they entered the room, they found Phoenix Faster unresponsive, no signs of struggle, no evidence of foul play. The local police quickly classified the death as a suicide. The announcement was brief, clinical, unsettling. A suicide, no signs of foul play. Investigation concluded. But beneath the official statement, cracks began to form. Friends, fans, experts, and journalists alike began to ask questions. Why was he in a hotel room alone? Why schedule a major interview for the next morning? And most importantly, what was in that interview? Because when authorities checked Phoenix Faster's scheduled content for the next day, they found a confirmed appointment, a recorded interview set to be released online, titled simply, "The Fasting Industry Scandal." The title alone was enough to send shockwaves through digital health communities. What was he planning to expose? Who was he talking to? And how much did he already know? Journalists who managed to access drafts of his notes described pages filled with timestamps, coded logs, back-end references, mentions of apps, datasets, and patterns. According to leaked snippets, Phoenix had been quietly collecting evidence of manipulated fasting records among top users, records that weren't just suspicious but impossible without unauthorized access. Experts in data integrity, cybersecurity analysts, and former app developers all weighed in with the same unsettling conclusion. If Phoenix Faster's allegations were even remotely true, this was no ordinary cheating scandal. This was systematic manipulation, data hacking that went far beyond user error. As investigators dug deeper, they uncovered fragments of hidden communication, Slack messages, encrypted logs, evidence of privileged access, and references to a closed group of elite users who may have shared tools, hacks, even direct connections to the app's back-end architecture. The questions multiplied. Was silent metabolism involved? Was this mysterious third group empowering certain users to dominate the leaderboards? Or was something else at play? Some analysts noted that silent metabolism had untouched records, seeming to have broken every fasting record without ever showing signs of fatigue or performance fluctuations. Skeptics claimed that was impossible without external assistance. Supporters insisted Silent was just uniquely gifted, disciplined, and misunderstood. But beneath the surface, one fact remained undeniable. Phoenix Faster was on the verge of exposing something enormous, something that threatened not just one user's reputation, but the entire ecosystem built around this fasting community. And that, more than anything, made people wonder, did someone have a motive to silence him? Internet sleuths picked apart every interaction on the final live stream. Fans combed through every word Phoenix uttered before his death. Theories, wild and grounded, circulated across platforms. Some said it was suicide, driven by heartbreak and shame. Others claimed it was murder, either by someone seeking to protect their reputation or by a deeper network with much more at stake. Through it all, authorities maintained that the death was self-inflicted. Public statements from law enforcement remained brief, factual, and unyielding. But journalists on the inside were unimpressed. One reporter, digging through hotel records and phone logs, found discrepancies. Records showed repeated entries into Phoenix Faster's room by unregistered guests. Phone logs indicated calls that vanished from official timelines. Server logs showed data access that coincided precisely with Phoenix's sudden change in tone during the live stream. None of it fit the official narrative. The public was left grappling with competing truths. The official, institutional version of events, and the shadow version hinted at by journalists, analysts, and digital investigators. Silent metabolism continued to log hours, continued to post, continued to be a figure in the community. Some welcomed the return to normalcy. Others saw it as denial, avoidance, or something darker still. What is certain, however, is this. The world first embraced a simple fasting app as a tool for self-improvement, but that same world watched fame, ambition, competition, and deception transform it into something far more dangerous. And in that transformation, someone lost their life. When fame, love, and ambition collide, someone always pays the price. That much is not in dispute.